We have Mr. Gibby Tkach refereeing, Vitaliy to break on rack number 1. I got my buddy Brad here.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for spending your morning with us.
Freezer and Brad, I believe, are going to do the semifinal first one, and then I'm going to take over later on today. I believe we're going to have a couple of us on the finals.
That break has been so consistent for all the players this weekend.
Absolutely. Tyler's been just drilling balls in on the break. I would be remiss if I didn't say that my referees did a fantastic job this week. Mr. John Lehman, Mr. Gibby Tkach, Mr. Jose Burgos, Mr. Jeff Duda, Mr. Nick Ross, and Miss Susan Kimball. I want to thank them for refereeing all these wonderful matches for us. Excuse me.
Great ref team. Gives a level of consistency to I think, and just a level of professionalism to the event.
Oh, absolutely. All class from those referees.
So I think one thing for the viewers at home, if this is your first day, tuning in, to realize is, Frank and PA Pro-Am before this event put a lot of work into the hall to get it ready. So the table does have brand new cloth and a brand new set of balls. So the balls are flying around the table. It took a little while for the players to adjust the first 2 days, but I think they've settled in, don't you think, Frank?
I definitely think they settled in. There's always varying conditions on locations, venues, humidity, cold, everything. But we've had some consistent weather this week. Made sure that the climate control in the pool hall was functioning perfectly. I mean, it always does, but we just wanted to dial it in.
Super comfortable in the room. If you're in the area, you should definitely come by, check it out. If you're not in the area, you should share the stream and tag all your friends. So, what do you think? Little off topic of the game here, but no pun intended here, but gold crown table, right, was the gold standard for a long time, and now you see everything switching over to diamonds. Are you happy with the change? Do you think there's...
So I like diamonds. I grew up playing on gold crowns.
Yeah.
I would really like to get on a gold crown 7, one of the new ones, or
brand
6.
New, yeah.
Aren't
they? They're crazy expensive, right?
Yeah, they're high priced, but I'm with the quality of things that Brunswick does, I'm assuming that the table's just going to be top notch.
It lasts forever, yeah. Like an heirloom piece.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get out there to the branch one of these days. Oscar was just there not too long ago, working on some tables. I believe Oscar was very instrumental in helping break down the table to like a minute situation.
Oh, wow.
And then rebuilding to make it just a quality product. He essentially was the tester, him and Ornesta. Tester shots, though, with that 5 was super simple to get back to the 6. Looks like Vitaliy has an opportunity to get himself on the board early here in this first rack.
Yeah, these are one of those racks for the viewers at home where pool looks so simple, right? Where you're like, I just don't understand why I can't break and run every rack.
Yeah, why can't I just run every rack? Speaking of running racks, did you see Mika run 5 yesterday?
5, yeah. And arguably, we talked about it after. Scott and I were a little distracted because we were checking score, but it might have been 6, and Mika doesn't remember if it was 5 or 6 either. But I mean, he was really in dead stroke. I think that's a heck of a match going on in the background there.
The great thing about if you have this pay-per-view, which you're watching right now, you can actually go back for 30 days and watch that match.
Yeah.
We can go back and count it.
You'll need to spot everything,
watch it again.
I mean, you can't miss any of these great matches. Yeah, he seems to have really just found the groove. Very simple pattern play. Nothing is overcomplicated. He's moving the rock very little, and just what a first rack.
And we got 1-0 Vitaliy. All right, we got rack number 1 down. Vitaly's up 1-0. We're going to be starting rack number 2. Brad, do we have any score updates?
Absolutely, yeah. We have Mika currently over Sky 1-0. Vitaliy over Oscar, obviously here 1-0. You have, wow, Jonas off to a pretty hot start, 2-0 over Alex right now. And Tyler takes the first rack against Nathan. We'll try to keep you guys really updated. And if you're not, go to Digital Pool, find the PA Pro-Am open, and click this and follow along at home.
I love that we got 2 of the young guns in here with Alex Bosch from Massachusetts and Nathan.
They both played incredible yesterday.
I think they're 22, 21. Like,
unreal.
Yeah. They're such great. Alex is such a polite young man, and Nathan is just a great kid to be around. Definitely the future of pool, those guys.
Watch that one, trace to the side. Oh, just missed it.
Slightly off. You got the wing ball down, and the cue ball, and the 1 ball. All right, so we're going to see Oscar's first chance here at the table.
What do you think the biggest ball from ball issue is here?
4 to 5.
Yeah,
2 to 3 rolls well.
Yeah, 2 to 3 is simple, right? And you got ball in hand to get there, so obviously that's not going to be an issue.
Maybe 7 to 8.
Open.
I mean, it looks like a pretty elementary rack here for Oscar. Oscar sponsored by Q and Case, Brunswick Billiards, Lucasi Q's.
Just bought a pool hole himself, right?
Yeah, owns Hard Time Billiards.
Nice. Shout out to Hard Time Billiards. Hopefully you guys are tuned in, rooting for pulling for your guy.
He does a lot of stuff out there with Collins from Post Up also. Molina Mike.
Where's Oscar in the points race?
3rd, 4th.
It's so close.
So it's Fetter. I can tell you here 1 second. Pull up the points. If you guys are also looking for the points race, look at it's WNTLivescores.com. Go to that website, and then you go into Nineball World Rankings and check on Moscone Cup America. So currently, Oscar is number 4th in the rankings. He's only 6,000 behind Tyler Steyer. So today, literally could be a leapfrog for one of the 2. And then Sky's at number 6, right behind Oscar. Got BJ Ussery in the middle.
Huge shout out to Emily and Matchroom for what they've done, right? So I touched on it yesterday with Scott, but I mean, we never had events like majors in golf, right?
Yeah.
That now we have. So, I mean, these events are huge, and if you haven't come out to mix it up in one of these open events, I mean, imagine being able to walk in as like anybody, because there's no restriction to get in one of these events and play with the top pros.
I tell you, I've gone to every, except for Oscars out at Hard Time Billiards. I've gone to every WNT event this year, and you see the same faces, but then at every event you see brand new faces. Like, I had no idea who Jeremy Long was,
Sure,
until the Chuck Markoulis, and then he beats Shane, and then in the next tournament he beats Tyler. So when he walked in the door, I wanted to go talk to the guy. Like, you're knocking off some big names here. Let's get him young. Start the relationship early. All right, Oscar has the 7. Going to get to the 8.
So we were talking about the fast cloth. I mean, that'll just run. It's not a bad shot by any means, but a little more distance than he would have wanted. You can see he's wearing it on his face. Now that is the difference maker right there, right? So, I mean, the extra discipline to take one more second, make sure you double check, exactly where he needs to leave the cue ball. That's the reason that he's here in the final 8. Not taking any shot for granted.
Very happy with my final 8 here also.
I mean, it played out kind of like you would think it would. It's almost like Fargo knows exactly what they're doing with these ratings. It's just awesome.
All right, we got 1-1 on the score and a race to 9.
No one's going to run away with this match. Both these players.
You know what? We say that, but they both are capable of popping packages. So I mean, like,
It's huge. Yeah.
literally that could be Vitaly's last shot. They're both capable
Have
of
we
running
seen
6-7.
one 9-ball on the break though? All
I
week?
have earlier. Yeah.
Oh, you did see one. Yeah.
That's knocked one in.
With random 2 and the 9 being on the spot,
Makes it
really
much harder.
Great format. Huge shout out too. I don't think they realize at home before this match started. Gibby even just racking as a ref, practicing the rack, asking the players, making sure that the rack feels good, right? I mean, a lot of care goes into this by everyone involved, and that's awesome.
That's what separates this Matchroom Tour from just other events. The referees are even practicing.
Oh, it's wild.
We had a meeting the other day with some of the players after the match. Scott Frost also. And they were looking at some of the nuances on the break about how, some of the players were saying that maybe the referees inadvertently, or just,
Sure, yeah.
or possibly tilting the rack or tipping the rack a little bit. So we sent our table mechanic through, laser leveled everything.
Awesome.
Laser leveled the lines and make sure that they were perfect. They were all dead on. So we made some minor adjustments with the rack and made sure that we made a nice template for them to use. And seems like the breaks have been working really well since. But like you said, even this morning, they're practicing racking the balls.
It's amazing. As far as equipment, do you know what the players are playing with?
Oscar has the Lucasi with I believe he's got the Keelwood infused shaft. So the Lucasi makes 2 different infused shafts.
His jump and break cue look really interesting.
I believe Vitaly's with Predator. Oscar found the one on the side. Just stays to the right of 3. He's going to have a shot on the 2 ball.
Hey, so we talked a little bit. Scott and I talked a little bit. I want your take. You've been, correct me if I'm wrong, but you've been to both the U.S. Open and the Mosconi Cup, correct?
Multiple times.
Multiple times,
Yeah.
right? So I've been to both as well, right? Completely 2 different atmospheres for the viewers at home if you haven't been.
Yes. So the U.S. Open, it's a U.S. Open. Apologize. U.S. Open is the most prestigious tournament in pool, in my opinion. Okay. That's right. U.S. Open is the most prestigious tournament in pool, in my opinion. So everybody treats it with a ton of reverence. Okay. I treat the Mosconi Cup and then some players not as a party, but it's
a
like
party.
It's a party. Yeah,
It's wild.
It's a party.
Yeah.
But it's the culmination of the year.
It's a celebration, right?
Exactly.
Of all
It's
the
a
hard
celebration
work paid
of
off.
pool, and then we just have this Team USA versus Team Europe, and just monster times. I'm probably going to go out to the Reyes Cup in October.
Oh my God!
To
What
the
an
Philippines.
opportunity! Yeah.
And there's a good possibility I might take a run over to Vietnam.
Oh, awesome!
And we were discussing it last night. I don't work for Matchroom or anything like that. It's just going to go.
If you love good pool, right? Why are you
Yeah.
not at the Matchroom events?
I get to travel and see the world there at that point. And the great thing about my situation, my wife, is that she's a player also.
Yeah.
So I don't have to really try too hard to convince her.
Well, Bree plays too, right? So my girlfriend played in your Women's Open tournament.
Yes, she did fantastic.
Yeah, she did really well. So, I mean, it really goes to show anybody can really come out to these and mix it up. So for those of you that haven't been to the U.S. Open, I would say, if I could sum it up for you, it's just unprecedented access to the players, right? So if you love good pool and you love following the top players, you can't get closer to their matches. than you can at the Open. And I think the Moscone Cup, I was telling Scott, I think as much as I hate to admit it, the European fans are A1, and they kind of make the event. Like, they're so much fun.
Yeah. The U.S. Open, I was going to the U.S. Open when it was down in Virginia years ago.
Smaller event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it was big. It just wasn't grand.
Different grandeur. That's what I mean, yeah.
But that's where I made a lot of my connections with the pro players. Was just going down there, hanging out, talking, after the match, hey, great match. And just 90% of these pro players, and I'm going to say 90 because if you allow me to finish, I'll give you the other 10% on why I'm going to say no. 90% of these pro players are very approachable and just down-to-earth human beings. The other 10%, they are approachable. It's the international players. There's sometimes language barriers, so they're very shy. But when you start talking to them, they come out of their shell. Like Vitaliy, it's the first time I met him this weekend. So when I met him on Thursday, I welcomed to the pool hall. Gracious host, everything. Welcome to the pool hall. How you doing? He was very shy and quiet. By Friday afternoon, he's joking with me. He's talking. It's just a shyness.
Yeah.
And then once you get out of that shyness shell, these guys are awesome to hang out with. They're all human beings like themselves. And besides pool, there's hobbies that we all share, and it's just
Sure.
Oscar's gonna have a little tester here for the 8 to the 9. Nice draw, one rail to the 9 ball.
It's a tester for you and I. That's Sunday morning for Oscar.
Normal afternoon. Oscar looking to take a 2-0 lead here on this shot. I'm sorry, 2-1 lead. Apologize. All right, we got 2-1 in a race to 9. All right, guys, rack number 4. Oscar Dominguez in the lead, 2-1. His break.
Assuming the 1 goes on the side, keep your eyes on the 2 and the cue ball. Make sure he has a good opening shot here. Breaking from that break box, really small break box back there.
Brake lines are not very prominent on the camera angle, but they can assure you that they are there. Of course, excessive use over the past couple of days has, warned them a little bit. We're just probably right before the next round. We'll just have them drawn in again real quick.
1 goes. Keep an eye
Oscar
on the 2.
to the side. Not going to have a clear shot at the 2. He's going to have to come from behind, swerve around that 4. He should make full contact. And maybe hold that cue ball to the top rail.
You're going to try to do a 2-rail kick and stick here, or would you elect to push?
I'm thinking of 1 rail. Kick to the top rail, use left. Kick the 2, down table. I don't see Oscar pushing on this ball.
Yeah, it's hard to tie anything up here, really. And, Do you have an overhead, Frank?
I do.
Can he almost see a piece of it?
I don't know if he can see a piece of it clean, but I do
Come off
believe
the
he
rail
can
with
come
some
off
left.
that rail
Yeah.
with some left and kick it down table.
Man, it's tough with a lighter cue ball and new cloth. It's got to be in the back of his head. Is it going to float? He might be electing to push. Yeah, he is.
All right, Oscar pushing the ball. So he rolls the cue out.
I don't hate it.
No, leaves a 3. It's really only one way to get onto the 3s on the right side. Look for Vitaliy to play off the 2 ball. One rail, but the cue ball behind the 7. Vitaliy has many options here, though.
Cool aesthetic in this room with the green cloth. Very classic. You don't see that a whole lot anymore.
I'll tell you, the back part of the room.
Yeah.
So we have the carpet in the room is it's like half and half. This carpet that we're looking at right now is also half of the room in the back. Like we broke it down like a line down the center.
Sure.
So one half has this carpet, one half has the red carpet. Kind of like the color scheme of the building. The new lighting hitting the table and the carpet just gives it a whole different vibe.
It's so cool. If you haven't been to Bluegrass, you got to come. This pool room is, I can't put the scale into perspective. It's a massive pool.
It is huge, yeah. 25,000 square feet. After this rack, we'll show you a nice little overhead view of the building.
Huge shout out to Integrity Cues and Kevin Steer. I see this logo up there, top left. What a good, genuine guy that just cares about pool, right?
He's been, wow, nice shot by Vitaliy. It's going to leak. Kevin's been one of my good friends for close to 30 years. And, yeah, there's not a day goes by that I won't be a Kevin Steer or Integrity Cue fan.
What's the best way to get a hold of him if you're looking for a cue?
You can check him out at integritycues.com. It's probably the best way. Yeah, he's very responsive.
What a wide variety of, like, what's the rarest thing you think is in his inventory? He's got so much cool stuff.
He's probably got like a 60s
Zamboni, right? Yeah. He has everything from that, and don't let that scare you off because he also has like just cue tech, like stock players' cues. So
something for every budget. All right, Oscar playing the 2, coming down for the 3 ball.
He's going to end up nipping the 8 here, I think. I don't think there's any way to get away from that. It almost helps him, though, getting up to the other ball.
Looks like he's lining up for a safe shot. He might be able to play which would be our left side as the viewer, but his right side of the 3 ball. Behind up towards the top.
Pretty good. Be patient, right? Take your time. Don't sell out too early in the rack.
One extra shot can win the match.
A huge portion of that needs to be a mutual respect that he has for Vitaliy, right? I mean,
of course.
Yeah. I mean, both dead even here on Fargo.
I wanted to jump in the booth a little bit this morning with me and Brad. Freezer's going to do the next round. Just walking around here doing taking some pictures, doing some awesome fan service. Scott has been amazing all week here, just really kind of just mixing it up with the fans, taking pictures, hanging out. You know, everybody here at Bluegrass is real great to have Scott in the building. Scott played in the 1 pocket also.
Yeah, he plays a little bit of 1 pocket.
Yeah,
right?
he hits a ball every now and then pretty well. Yeah. That ball's going to skip away.
Where's it going to roll? Overhead?
Yeah, overhead shot. He's going to have a shot at the 3. He can play it to the corner. right, Oscar looking to play the 4 to the top left, possibly. He has many options.
Go 4 left, kill it to the rail, swing back right down for the 5. You have 2 different pockets here, right? Got a lot of different options. Checking the angle to get from 5 to 6, right? Always thinking that third ball.
It's 6 ball. There's definitely going to be trouble for.
It's all about how he lands here, right? I mean, if you can get the right angle to play that 5 on the side, float down on the 6.
Rail.
Yeah, just got to kill it to the rail here. Real easy, simple shot. If you can hit it right. Angle's a little sharp, but
you know what? He might run into it.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe change of plans now. Hit the rail, run into it, break it out.
I love Oscar's cue ball control. Have you followed any of Vitaliy?
Just in this event,
Really?
quite a bit. Yeah, but
I first streamed him at the Derby last year, Derby City Classic, and man, I just loved his gameplay. I just thought it was so great. And then at the International, he played really strong there too, and I've just been following him since then. He's been playing really strong at every event. Oscar got tied up on that 6 ball a little bit. He's been looking for a possibly containing safe.
Yeah, I think at this point you're just worried about, you know your opponent's getting back to the table, and you know they're going to have some type of a shot. Just make it as difficult as you possibly can. Maybe he's thinking about getting the 6 closer to the 8. Can we see an overhead real quick, just so we can see how close those 2 balls are? Are they are very close to frozen. All right, he's committed to the idea. Back behind that 7, maybe, if you can. Put it right back.
It was a great shot. 8 balls in the way. Sorry about that. I had to go off comms for a second. Mr. John Lehman, head referee, just had a slight little question for me. Ball leaks out a little bit. Vitaliy makes a good hit, but it leaks out. Gonna give Oscar a chance to shoot.
That's a risk there with being so close to the rail and trying to play such a touchy little safe there. Couldn't hit it with a full stroke, needed to feather it. He's just got just enough angle to keep this from being incredibly uncomfortable, so.
All right, Oscar to the 7 ball. For Oscar to come out. Down for the 8. Scott yesterday had Skylar had fluked in a ball. And Scott had said, "That's good, clean living, kid." And I love the way he said it. I soundbited it last night. That's going to be, anytime somebody flukes a ball in now, it's going to be my soundbite.
I like it. Yeah, as you can see at home, he's on the wrong side of the ball to get the angle that he wants here. And I don't know, Frank.
We're top 8, buddy. They gotta take their time on this. Look at some of the scores here real quick. Jonas Soto Camino is up 5-1 on Alex Bosch. Mika Eminen's playing pretty strong. He's up 4-1 on Sky Woodward right now. Tyler Steyer's up 4-1 on Nathan Childress. And we have 2-1 here on Oscar Dominguez versus Vitaliy Patsura.
I think he knew there that he wasn't going to get as clean of an angle as he wanted.
I think he's just relying on his skill at this point.
Sometimes you just need to do that. He knows the 9 ball is incredibly open. If he pockets this 8, no matter where he is on the table, I think he's pretty much the favorite to pocket the 9.
You know, I was told by Jeremy Jones that sometimes you just have to take the hard shot, like that.
100%. I think he's going to get rewarded too. Slow up.
About 50-yard line.
It's okay. I think the one thing the viewers, I don't know if they can tell at home, when we go to overview again, you'll be able to tell, but the side pockets here are pretty tight. If you look at that rail extending past the pocket there, that side pocket is cut really similar to the diamonds that Matchroom is using. So
we're around 4 3/8 on the pockets. I can see Oscar cutting this ball. You should just avoid corner pocket and the side pocket. It should be okay.
Oh, where he's
on bottom right quarter with the shot. All right, Oscar Dominguez takes a 3-1 lead in a race to 9. Okay, rack number 5. Oscar Dominguez up 3-1 in a race to 9. Oscar very consistent with that 1 ball in the side pocket. 2's going to be close. Sits up on it. Oscar's got some work to do here. If you're new to PA Pro-Am and what we have to offer, you can always check out paproampool.com.
What's the next event for the viewers at home to try to mix it up and get in?
We have our state championship series.
Cool.
We're going to be kicking it off with the Ladies State 8-Ball Championship on October 5th. Last year, our ladies events were top-notch. We had so many wonderful females come in and play. Brad's my wife, Mindy. Brad's girlfriend, Brianna, played in the state championships. I don't think any lady left that tournament not happy, smiling, and
They're so supportive of each other.
yeah, they're great to have.
You know,
I love going to those events with the ladies. Like, they're just so awesome to like be around, and they're always having fun. And
my girlfriend Bree is in school, so she doesn't play a lot right now, right?
Yeah.
While she's back in. But I walked in the door today, and someone came up to me and said, "Do you know where Brianna is?" And I said, "Brianna Miller," I assumed.
Yeah.
And they said, "No, you're Brianna." And I was like, "How do you know my Brianna?" And they said, "I watched her play in the tournament." I said, "Oh, wow."
well, that's a great thing now about this new digital pool D-pad system. All these players are taking a look at. I'll show you here once Oscar's shot is finalized. Here's a look at Bluegrass Billiards. They're still a little early in this area. All right. This room here is the full digital pool D-pad system. So even if they're not here, they can watch Brianna shooting at any one of the tables.
It's awesome.
Okay, Vitaliy at the table with a shot on the 2. Got a little work to do from 3 to the 4. But if he can get 2 to the 3 and 3 to the 4, I don't see why he's not able to get out of this rack.
Only a slight amount of angle here, and the pocket's pretty tight, so he can't really cheat the pocket, but he's got just enough, I think, to play to the outside and
Yeah, he's
play
about
with
to
a
go
little
forward.
Bit of, yeah. Run it right back off that top rail, a little left.
Beautiful shot. Vitaliy has a 2-rail option. Come down for the 4 in the bottom left.
With the winner breaks format and the ability that both players have to put together a pack, like you mentioned earlier, rightfully so. I mean, if Vitaliy can get out of this rack, he puts himself in a position to take the lead.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't believe any player is safe.
Yeah, not with this caliber of player.
Yeah.
Final 8. He couldn't hit that much better.
I'll just tell you from a promoter's standpoint, at the end of the day here, just looking at these players, I'm going to walk away with this knowing that my company and PA Pro-Am had something to do with the players making the Muscatine Cup.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's,
It's only one more domestic points event, right?
yes, and
Right.
then you have Hanoi. Well, you have the next week, or 2 weeks from now, you have the Battle of the Bull.
That's what I'm talking. Domestically, that's
Yeah.
the last event, right? Prior to
Exactly, yeah.
here
Yeah.
stateside. Then you gotta get on a plane and do some traveling.
Yeah, but it's just a cool thing that we're able to do our part in the cog of Matchroom and help get our players there and provide these events. And it's not just for our players, too. Like Vitaliy is
Sure.
getting points for the European side. I believe Vitaliy is number... He's on the list. Vitaly's
He's
number
21.
21 on the European list.
I mean, he'll leapfrog.
He could leapfrog. But
Yeah,
he can go from
quite a few people.
21. If Vitaliy won the event, he can go from 21 to 10.
And now you're in
Overnight.
contention.
Yeah, now you're in
really
contention.
quickly. Yeah.
Especially with a major coming up with the
Yep.
Hanoi Open.
Yep.
Big thing for him. All right, Vitaly's going to cut the 8 ball. Nine into the corner will give Vitaliy 2 racks today and make the score 3-2. We got 3-2. Okay, rack number 6. Vitaliy trailing 3-2 over Oscar Dominguez. It's his break.
That's what we talked about, right? Putting yourself in the opportunity, winning that rack, winner breaks format, taking control, getting back in the
Yeah.
driver's seat. Again, assuming the 1 is going to trace to one of the side pockets. It's a track right there. Keep your eye on the cue ball and the 2 ball to see if he'll have an opening shot here. One just misses the side, but 2 falls.
2 goes down.
Keep an eye on the 1. He's got a shot.
Man, makeable shot on the 1.
Nothing incredibly tied up here.
Okay, Vitali's going to look to pocket this 1. Get himself onto the 3.
Natural to the 3, just wants to make sure he maintains the correct angle, make it easy to continue to go from that 3 to the 4. I think 2 days in, I'm now adjusted to the gray 6 ball.
2 days in gray 6 ball.
Yeah.
You're going to possibly hate me next round then.
Changing again?
Maybe.
Okay. I like it. I like it.
Guys, I'd also like to give a special thanks to our stream sponsors. Gloria Jean from Ride the 9, the Ivan Simonis Ride the 9 Tour. Precision Billiards down there in Florida. Andy Cloth. Of course, Dunkel Custom Cues. Okay, 5 should go into the corner for Vitaliy.
Just enough room, but I think it's a very tight squeeze.
Be careful not to rattle.
He definitely didn't want to disturb the 7 ball at all there. That changes the run out completely. So. Pretty natural here. Not a whole lot to commentate. Kind of a roadmap. I think he's just going to work his way right through it. And
All right, on to the 7 ball.
do we know the bracket setup, who the winner here will,
Oh, yes.
wait, so the winner here is going to play the winner of what match?
I'll spin it here. So Oscar Dominguez and Vitaliy, the winner of this match, plays the winner of Mika Immonen and Sky Woodward.
Ooh, that match is tightening up a little bit, right?
It is,
Sky
yeah.
came back, got 2 racks.
4-2 now,
4-2.
Mika. And then the bottom 2 matches, Jonas Soto Camino is up 7-2 over Alex Bosch. And Tyler Steyer is up 4-3 over Nathan Childress. So
And
the winners,
Nathan closing the gap a bit, too.
yeah, so the winners of Nathan and Tyler play the winners of, for the winner of Jonas and Alex Bosch. And then the winner of this matchup plays the winner of Skyler and Mika. A who's who of the Final Four in the professional world of pool today.
And with that shot, Vitaliy says, go grab coffee and a biscotti. Get comfortable. I'm not going anywhere. It is 3-3, even score.
I heard biscotti. I'm in.
I'm all about the biscotti.
TrophySmack.com/PA Pro-Am is the official trophy supplier of the Pennsylvania Open. Pictured here is the owner of Matchroom, Mr. Barry Hearns. I had to basically wrestle this belt out of his hands because he was trying to take it off me.
I think he's the favorite there, too.
He was probably the favorite, yeah.
I would let it go in the long run for your career.
Yeah, he was gracious enough to let me walk home with it. But
how cool is it to see him mix it up
Barry
a little bit in the box?
Such
he played
a
at the
great
Open.
guy.
Did people not realize that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
But he was so approachable, so awesome to talk to, and he was just like, you could tell that he was happy to be there, and was like excited to be among the fans.
Yeah.
All right, rack number 7, tied up 3-3. Vitaliy to snap it.
Will we see a golden break? Just the one
Got a
in the
graphic
side
for the golden break. I've been dying to use it.
One in the side. Keep an eye on the 2-ball. Cue ball traces the side. Hey, thanks to Rob Martin for tuning in. Thanks for sending us a text. Rob, share the stream. Everybody back home. Let's make sure more people tune in.
Thanks for purchasing, Robbie. Appreciate it.
What a steal, too. What does a UFC fight cost nowadays?
A lot.
A lot more than this stream. So share it. Finals. Still 2 good
So
matches coming up.
if I could just do a tiny little shameless plug on the pay-per-view. The pay-per-view helps PA Pro-Am. So we've upgraded the room. Digital Pool was gracious enough to come in and just do this fantastic setup. And of course, we pay Digital Pool to do that. But that helps us bring you fantastic coverage of these events and be able to upgrade and just continue to motor on to become a driving force in pool. And we're very happy here to be with Matchroom and hold this wonderful event. I've actually gotten a lot of texts this week. They're like, you work for Matchroom? No, sir, I don't work for Matchroom. They are allowing me to run a tournament, and I'm very gracious for that. That's the one cool thing about Matchroom. If you want to be involved in the world pool scene, if you want to be involved in making pool better, they are the driving force for it, and they welcome people to get on. I hate to use the word bandwagon, but they help people. They're gracious to have people get on the bandwagon and just lead the charge.
I see Magic Ball Rack as one of the sponsors, right? I see them up.
Yes, they are.
I love these things. I played around with it a little bit after the tournament yesterday. They're so thin.
They're awesome.
You can just leave them on. Some of the players just leave them on the table while they practice.
Yeah, Mr. Roy gave us a wonderful sponsorship and wanted to be part of this event, and we're grateful for him. And the racks that we're using are actually the official racks of the World Nineball Tour.
Yeah, Shark Gray, right? I mean, they would blend right in with claw. Awesome.
Magic Ball Rack.
If people want to get these, they can go right on his website? Or
yes, they can.
Can they buy the official rack?
Yes, they can. I'll put a link right in the chat. I'll put a link up on the website.
Scoop one up, guys. Scoop at least one up. Buy one for a friend. These are like good Christmas gifts for your friends that play pool, too.
Brad being always accommodating. I would have never thought of that. Usually for me for Christmas present, let me buy you a bottle of this, or
yeah, well, I got to buy you a bottle of bourbon and a magic rack to help you.
yeah, right. Help me get over this stigma. Oscar looking to make this 5. Come up and
Routine.
down for the 6.
Looks like he has a touch of inside. Just try to kill that angle a little bit off the rail.
Careful that 8.
Ooh, big side pocket. Ooh, just missed it.
Small side pocket, actually, that caught the
Yeah.
point. Bigger one, but maybe one in.
Just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt on the moment, Frank. Jeez.
Yeah. All right, Oscar's got a chance on the 6 from going to 6 to the 7. All right, Oscar. 7 ball to the 8 ball. Looks like he's hitting low right on the 7.
Also, for the viewers at home, keep in mind it is all ball foul. That's why Oscar kept checking his arm and making sure his shirt wasn't brushing the 8 ball, right? I mean, there was a foul called yesterday in Sky's match. He unintentionally hit the 8, ended up giving ball and hand up, cost him a rack. So just another thing on the player's mind to be aware of.
Yes, we are full WNT rules in this event. Starting with the semifinals, we will also be going to a shot clock, 30 seconds.
Both of these players play very deliberate pool, right? So you don't see too much thinking, just enough to commit to the decision. Stop thinking when you get down on the ball, execute the shot, call it a day.
No waste. Oh, and Oscar misses the 9 ball.
That's one of those that keeps you up at night, right? Like, that's going to haunt you.
Referee Gibi Tkach is giving a warning to Oscar. I don't think it was any malicious intent. Oscar just had a little frustration missing that ball.
We've all been there, right?
Absolutely, yes. We're going to go 4 to 3. And Oscar and Vitaliy are friends, so there's no militia there. It's just
no ill will. It's just a moment of frustration.
just missed.
You know that one got away from you, and it's 9 ball.
Yeah, happens. Okay, so we are on 4 to 3. We're going to be going into rack number 8. I want to tell you about QPocket, www.qpocket.com. They're creators of these wonderful Q holders that we have. The one on the bottom there is the recharge. That'll actually charge your cell phone while you're playing pool. If you're someone who streams on the go, like if you stream your matches, this is a great thing to do. It holds your cues, and it can make sure that your phone is charging and ready to go. Sometimes if you stream a match live while you're playing, you're always thinking in your head, is my phone dying? Do I have to check my phone?
Yeah, it's a great point. Might as well just pick one of those up.
But if you have your phone attached, you don't have to worry about that. Check them out at qpocket.com. All right, we're going into rack 8. Vitaly's in the lead, 4 to 3.
One flirting with that side pocket.
And the 9 ball moving a little bit too. So I got a graphic for the golden. I just got to get there.
Let us use it.
Spent 11 minutes making that. Help me out, guys.
11 minutes in Frank time is valuable.
If there were 28 hours in a day, I still wouldn't have enough time. Watch. You hold on to it. I'm in the booth. They're finished before you paid.
Just a piece of the one there, but he wants to make sure he hits this very deliberately. I don't know. I think he's just trying to get it up table to the top rail, leave him back here behind a little bit of a mess. How the 9-4 sit, there's really no great out in this rack the way it sits right now. He does get it up, but he just clips it, separates it, gets everything you could want out of there.
There is a hit that can happen there. I guess you could call it containing safe.
Yeah, and it, solved two problems with one shot there. I mean, makes Oscar think a little bit here because, knows if he doesn't put a good shot together, he's putting Vitaliy in a good position to go up 2 racks.
Guys, I'm going to step away from the commentary booth for just a minute. You are in 100% good hands with Mr. Brad Silver. I'll be right back.
Slightly uncomfortable bridge there. Just taking 1 extra second. The 7 ball just there enough to make it a little bit of a nuisance. What a shot. Where's the 2 gonna go here? It's wide open. I don't have the button for the overhead. That's over on Frank's side, and he just walked away. But I do believe the 2 ball goes. The angle's a little bit deceiving here in the booth. Keep in mind, it is a tighter pocket, so with the 8 there, it's getting even tighter. Notice about a 50-50 split here, too, with the players. Half of the players using carbon shafts, half of the players using wood. It just really all comes down to personal preference. He did catch a piece of the 8. Gives Oscar a big opportunity to open up here and tie it up. Just got past the 9. Even in this match, I just noticed Oscar went back to wood. A lot of players had gone to the carbon, played carbon religiously, and then made the switch back. I know I myself did the same. Three to 4, pretty straightforward. Want to make sure that you maintain some angle here. So it's a quick table. Don't overrun it. Take the extra second. Understand that you might need to hit the rail. There might not be a way around hitting that long rail. Depending on the angle, a little deceiving from this perspective. Avoided it by punching the ball, left himself a strong angle. Not unworkable, though. Not terrible to get back up there to the 6. Might just play it natural with a little bit of a touch of right inside. Sharp angle, new cloth. Don't want the ball to skid. Just take the extra second. I don't hate it. Give it a shot to this point it deserves. Easier to go with that shot rather than hold it, especially on the new cloth with a lighter cue ball. And Frank said we might be switching balls for the next match here, so things might change again for you. Great cue ball control. Don't sit on the rail. saw Oscar wipe his hand there. A tad muggy in the building today. Not bad, but a little bit more humid than yesterday. So it's affected the way the tables are playing just a little bit. Hands getting a little bit stickier. Most players opting to use gloves this weekend. All right, Oscar narrowly avoids the 9, puts himself in a good position to just pull back here, get right on the 9, and even up the match 4-4, giving him the break. There we go, routine work. Close that. Oscar makes it 4-4 in a race to 9 here. Winner breaks format. Gibby the ref at the table cleaning the cue ball. Get going with that magic rack again. Get you guys set up for another quick rack here. We'll get the scoreboard updated as soon as Frank gets back. A lot of buttons back here. Don't want to mess anything up. There we go, 4-4. Huge shout out to the sponsor too, Elvis with In the Box. We're in the Box Arena right now. And if you're just tuning in and just joining us, keep in mind there is a break box, so that's why the players are opting to use the very corner of that break box. The objective here is to control the cue ball, try to squat it, get the 1 ball in the side pocket, keep an eye on the 2, very consistent break. One tracks right to the side, 2 ball hanging up near that bottom corner. Will it stop before the 7? It does. Pretty straightforward rack here. The 8 ball limits the 7 ball just a bit, taking that top pocket option away. Oscar identified that right away. Wants to hold it for the side pocket. Floats a little bit. Not terrible, though. Oscar is checking his line on the 5, trying to make sure that he gets appropriately on the 5 to set him up for that 6. The gray ball sitting there right north of the right side pocket, your perspective, is the 6 ball in this Dynasphere set. Keep in mind, beginning of the rack, we did mention the 7, so now that's playing heavy in Oscar's mind, making sure that he puts himself appropriately on the 6, because that 8 ball does limit the options for that 7. A lot of negative angle on the 5. It's natural for the ball to want to go the other direction, so Oscar's either going to need to opt to force it harder the other direction or try to, maybe settle for a little bit more of a difficult shot on that 6 ball. This will be the shot of the rack, though. Kills it with a ton of inside. It continues to float. About as good as you could hit it. That'll put himself location positive on the 7. You just saw where he's going to want to be. 8 and 9, incredibly routine. This should give Oscar the opportunity to regain the lead in this match, going up 5-4. I believe he asked for the cue ball to be cleaned. Kibita Koch stepping in. Oscar is going to be right back, just stepping away for just a moment here. Hang tight. Top-notch ref staff here, for sure. The players are well taken care of. Let's see if we can get you some quick score updates while we're waiting on the other matches. Let me log in here and do that for you. We are at the final 8 players of the tournament. We'll be at the final 4 as soon as this concludes. Let's see where we stand here. Looks like one match has already concluded. Take a look over there. Let's see, as far as live scores go. Mika currently over Sky, 6-4. Mika Immonen over Sky Woodward, 6-4. Currently looking at this match here, Oscar and Vitaliy are both even. Tyler is going up. He's up 6-4 against Nathan. Really, really fun young player to watch. Means I believe Jonas's match has concluded. Let me take a look. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Jonas has defeated Alex Bosch 9-3. So, as we said earlier, Jonas is awaiting the winner of the Nathan Childress and Tyler Steyer match. Tyler currently leading that match. Oscar and Vitaliy await the winner of the Sky Woodward Mika match. Mika currently leading 6-4. The semifinals currently scheduled for 1 p.m. Probably going to be slightly behind that, the way things are going. And then the finals are scheduled for 6 p.m. Man, what a final it's going to be, and what a big opportunity for these guys to grab some really valuable points. Frank is back, no longer alone.
Hello, everybody. I'm back. I always make it a point when a player is eliminated to go over. Thank you for coming out.
Did you miss me dearly?
Of course.
Okay.
One time.
Quick update here. Oscar is still at the table. Stepped away to take a little break. Really good position. Made a heck of a shot to get back down there on the 6. Put himself in a position positive there to get on the 7 pretty naturally. and take the lead again, regain in this match. And we, as you know, Jonas, I just updated the viewers, just moved on. So Jonas, top 4, huh?
Yes, top 4. He's actually, he's a couple people call him as a favorite to win the tournament.
He's looking great.
791 Fargo. I mean, yeah, he plays incredibly strong.
There's got to be a lot of the top players here wearing pink. There's got to be something about that. I'm going to go home, get a pink shirt, see if it changes things for me. All right. Oscar back renewed. There's got to be enough viewers to get you to 4,500 people in the group. We got 4,400 in the PA Pro-Am group. If you don't follow on Facebook, log into Facebook, PA Pro-Am Pool, and go ahead and hit that follow button and, you know, keep up with everything that Frank is doing here. Hey, real quick for the viewers at home, a lot of people might think that PA stands for Pennsylvania. Does not.
It does not. It actually stands for perfect alignment.
Something I never have when I shoot pool, perfect alignment.
Well, that's the thing. If you're perfect alignment, then the shot's going to go in.
There's some perfect alignment there for you.
Nice drawback to get on the 9.
The 9, yeah.
It's almost just sort of the same shot he had to rack before where he missed.
Yeah, he's going to give this shot all of the discipline or respect it deserves. I think you'll see him hit it with a lot of confidence, though. There it is. Fires it in 100 miles an hour. Let's go.
All right. Oscar Dominguez is up 5-4 over Vitaliy Patsura. So get some other updates and scores on the event here. Mika Iman is up 6-4 on Skylar Woodward. Tyler Steyer is up 6-4 on Nathan Childress. Okay, we're going to rack number 10. Oscar in the lead, 5-4. His break. 2 ball in the back this time. Keep an eye on the 4.
Man, just as unfortunate as you could get there.
Cue ball down. It's going to be ball in hand to Vitaliy.
Yeah, these two players are so evenly matched in this game, and they're both playing phenomenal. I think it's coming down to just pure luck one way or another right now.
Yeah, just bad roll or a shot, you know, tiny bit off.
See in the background, Jonas on the phone making a call. Isn't that the best call to make when you're at a tournament? You advance to the next
Yeah, you
round.
just get to
and
make
now
the phone call. I want to play again at this time.
Yeah, it's the best call. I know you guys as players at home know that.
So Jonas's next match will actually be, he's the 3:30 matchup. Timed out to be 3:30. Might run a few minutes
might
over.
run a little behind, right? Yeah. It's all good, pool. You should be locked in all day now. For the viewers at home, don't forget you have 34 minutes to set your fantasy football lineups. Not going to be able to watch any games today. We expect you here locked in with us.
Absolutely. Vitaly's looking at, he's been adjusting a few times. I think he's looking for a precise area to land in. Yeah.
It's tough, and you got two ways you can go about this, right? Like you can come across it a couple different ways. He's using some negative angle here to keep a natural angle and float it down. You could take it the other way and play it off the short rail as well. That's just a comfort and feel thing. Very small, precise window, and he hits it pretty impeccably. Really got a good read on table speed here and cue ball control, and really just settled in. Very, very consistent pre-shot routine too, if you watch him.
Yeah, the pre-shot routine is just crucial to being a great player. I'll tell you, being around a lot of these guys within the past couple months, I haven't been playing, and but it's almost like free lessons sometimes when they like tell you things, or just even in conversation and things that they say. And the overwhelming response obviously is pre-shot routine, slowing your shot down to a pace. When Jeremy Jones was here a couple months ago, he had me working on the pace of my start and stop.
Yeah. I was telling Scott yesterday, I get formal lessons and instruction every Monday, and my instructor focuses so much on pre-shot routine and discipline, and when you don't give the shot the respect, has you reset up again, readdress the ball. Pool is work, guys. I mean, these guys are here going to work. They're having fun too, but going to work. We're watching Vitaliy go to work right now. Did everything he could to avoid running into that ball, pulled it back just on a string. Again, playing impeccably tight windows. Nineball, such a confidence game. Real tight window, finesses it. Perfect angle here. Come down to that rail, come back around for the 8. There he does it perfectly. Gets pro side on the ball if it stops. Come down to the 9. There's that pre-shot routine again, double checking. You'll see him single check the shot line a lot and then go back and just double check it right after. Just really solidify that in his mind. All right, again, this match is even as you can get. He goes, sets his feet. It's his back foot set, steps into the shot. Vitaliy says, let's make it 5-5. Let's keep it dead even. I said at the beginning of this match, I didn't think either of these two players were going to run away with it. I thought that it was going to stay pretty close, and we're seeing exactly that. I don't think you're seeing either player's 100% right now, but they're both shooting really, really well. Give you up against a rack. You might be noticing at home and say, hey, that magic rack looks like it's in the complete wrong place on the table. It's marked there to get the 9 right there on the spot. Random rack. So you will notice too, they are breaking from a break box if you're just tuning in. Definitely still a few areas around here in the room too if you want to come in and watch some good pool. 3 more monster matches here for you. Scott Frost's going to be back in the booth, the best in the business, in my opinion. The ball stuck in the track. Oscar run over lend a hand here. If you're at home tuned in, thank you so much for spending your Sunday with us. We really, really appreciate it. If you can, follow some of our sponsors' pages here, right? So, Integrity Cues, Magic Ball Rack, The League Room, Marty McGee's Pub, Game On Apparel, In the Box Apparel, Andy Cloth Digital Pool. Follow them, show them some love, because they love the sport that we love, guys. And that one ball to the side. Keep an eye on where the 2 goes here, being a wing ball. One right into the side. 9 ball gets a little bit of movement. Pretty open, not a great opening shot here, obviously, on the 2, and you're right behind that 3, puts your hand in a really uncomfortable position. All ball foul's got to be real careful and cautious here. Frank rejoins us. Okay, sure. You'll be with me for just a couple more minutes here. Frank's going to be back in just a minute. Pivotal part of the rack here, right? Because it's a 9-9 race, and we sit 5-5 currently, so very short race now, and both these players completely capable of putting together a pack, narrowly avoiding that 3. I'm sure Gibby's got close eyes on this. Tries to put him behind the 3-6. Really uncomfortable hand position. It's hard to tell from this angle. Oscar might have just a very, very small piece of it. I don't think he does, though. So 2 tie the side. I think he got a really, really fortunate roll with where that 7 ended up. Shakes his head a little bit. Again, tough angle to see from here. You're looking at Vitaliy back on the table. Vitaliy's won the last couple racks if you're just tuning in here. Doesn't go, you're definitely going to see him look for a safe here. If he can't scrape the 2, pocket the 7, or make it. Let's see what he's. Oscar's going to have a clear shot here. 2 ball past the side pocket shouldn't prove to be any issue. All right, pockets a 2 with a lot of precision. Definitely able to pocket the 3 here, give himself a window to come in between those balls if need be. Spin back around. Might be reaching a bit here. I can't tell how far off he's going to be with this. Bit of a reach, stretched out a bit, comes right in between that window we just talked about, spins around, leaves himself just about perfect. Should be able to avoid the 6. Make sure he gets the right angle on the 5. Got to make sure you keep a little bit of angle on that to float back down naturally to the 6. The 7 being in front of the side pocket gives you a lot of opportunity to play natural anywhere up to the 8. Then 8-9 should be pretty straightforward. Winner breaks format, so if Oscar is able to navigate out of this rack, he will take the command with the break. All right. Points to where he wanted it to stop. Still has a little bit of angle. Again, tighter pocket, a little bit harder to cheat the pocket, but should be pretty straightforward to pull on back here. Shaking his head already. He knows it's not going to be exactly where he wants it. Should be a fairly easy shot to recover from, though. The 9 adds some complication. Addresses the ball pretty quickly, looking to forget that shot, put it in the rear view. Pro side on the 7, leaves himself pretty natural. Just pull back here, come back to the 8. You're able to play off that short rail on the 8, set yourself up for the 9, and get on to the next rack. Oscar says, I want to keep going. There it is. Give you a quick update here on some of the other match scores if you're not currently logged in, right, to Digital Pool. Let's go to the viewer here. Real easy to get to, too, guys. If you want to log on, just go to Digital Pool, go to the tournaments section. You'll see the Pennsylvania Open come right up. Mika currently leads Sky 8-4. Oscar gets out that rack, putting him up there. As we had mentioned earlier, Jonas defeated Alex Bosch 9-3. Tyler Steyer on the hill against Nathan. So Tyler on the hill against Nathan Childress, 8-5. Mika on the hill, 8-4. All right, Gibby just taking a little bit extra time with the rack, making sure it's absolutely perfect, understands how critical this moment of the match is. Currently just one rack separating both players. Oscar staying within that break box. 2 in the back of the rack this time. Keep an eye on both the 1 and the 2. 1 should trace aside. Keep an eye on the 2 ball. One goes right in the side. 2 ball floats up the table. Almost got a fortunate bump by the 8. Lands middle of the short rail, giving him an option. Rest of the rack pretty congested. Oscar a little confused on what happened there with the break. Gibby talking about it a little. Kind of a complicated one here to get out. Doesn't want to mess anything up. They notice the only ball there sitting on the rack still is the 6. So he's just going to mark the 6. Once they pick the 6 up, they'll be able to remove that rack, get it placed right back down, and keep you guys moving here. Thanks for bearing with us. All right, we're back in business. Looks like Tyler advances over Nathan 9-5, so you will see Tyler playing Jonas in the match currently slotted for 3:30. That might get pushed a little bit. Mika's still on the hill against Sky, leading 8-5. The winner of this match will play the winner of Sky and Mika. All right, tries to get that cue ball behind the 8. Does so pretty successfully. Want it to be a bit tighter there, but it's still pretty solid safe there. Frank back with us. We missed him. All right. Just gave them an update on the scores too, Frank, so they are well aware. Viewers at home know where we're sitting. Got Tyler playing Jonas next. Should be a great match. Both young players firing all cylinders. Great hit on the 2. Still a lot of congestion to work through down table here. That 5-6-9 looming large over the heavy side of the 4. Safe here, possibly. Get him behind that 8, maybe. No. I knew that speed control would play an issue here, but it looks like he stopped it just in time. Window on the 5 to the side being very, very tight. Can't tell from this angle if the 5 goes past the 6. He must, with how he's addressing the ball. He can run into. Yep, runs into it just enough, nudges it out. Not super happy with where it landed. Huge rack here for these players. 9-9 races is short enough with 2 players of this caliber, but bringing it down to the current 2-4 race, or I'm sorry, 3-4 race, knows it's a really, really important rack. It's a huge difference between 6-6 here and between 7-5. Massive, shortening the race up to 2-4 if Oscar can figure a way out of this rack. Keep in mind, if you're just tuning in, that gray ball is the 6th ball in this Dynasphere color set that may be changing next rack, so we're going to keep you guys on your toes. Let's keep that in mind. Nine ball accounting for a huge portion of the window on that 6th ball. If you are tuning in with us, please be sure to share the stream. There are a lot more great matches coming up. So all the way back around, I believe he did find the window. Huge shout out too to Dunkel Custom Cues. Steve Dunkel in the building here, watching to my left. If you haven't checked out his cues, one of the stream sponsors, make sure that you jump online, check out the cues. Makes phenomenal break and jump cues. Really unique stuff. Playing cues as well. Gorgeous playing cues. It's like Sky grabs a rack in the Sky Mika match, bringing that window a little bit closer. 6-8 right now. Mika still remaining on the hill. 2 out of the 4 matches have concluded. Jonas winning and Tyler winning. You're watching one of the 2 remaining matches going on, and I'll keep you updated on both. Both phenomenal matches. And with the digital pool all-table stream system, you can log in on your phone, watch one stream on your phone, and watch the other here. Tune in on both. I think I'm done faking you out. Looks like Frank is putting his headphones on. I've told you Frank's back 3 times. Frank is back indeed.
They're all finishing at the same time. 8-6. Mika over Sky. Probably have to go out there in a minute.
You missed here. There was a really weird break, some congestion on the break. Oh, does he push it right in front of the pocket? What a shot. This will put Oscar up 7-5. Commanding lead, making it a 2-4 race. Very short race now. My math check?
What's that about?
I said my math checks.
Yeah.
So you're counting on your fingers.
Just approving scores from the matches.
There we go. You see the new score reflected here on the screen. Gibby up to rack again.
Okay, 7-5.
Ooh, Sky battling back even more. 7-8. Here we go. Got a real
Mika has
barn
been
burner of a
playing
match.
well all weekend. So is Sky. And Mika's been the come from behind guy a couple times. Yesterday he was that one where he took charge and just got out, but came back last night against Georgiev.
Yeah, he was playing phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, Georgie just won the Seattle Open the week before.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see Vitaliy go out here without a fight. I think
No, absolutely not.
the score's going to change a little bit. But yeah, I mean, if Skyler takes this, making it a hill with him in the driver's seat, I mean, that would be a heck of a match. What a break. That 2 settle? Yep.
Great shot on the 2. Yeah, the winner of that match plus the winner of this match will play next round. I believe you and Freezer are on the schedule to do that commentary.
Yeah, what an awesome opportunity to sit here and do it with one of the best, right? If not the best commentator in the business.
Absolutely.
So the break is such an important aspect of Nineball.
One couldn't state that anymore.
Yeah. I mean, that's so much of the game. Oscar seems to have it dialed in now. Overcooks it a bit. He wants it to settle. No man's land. Rack can turn so quickly, right?
Absolutely.
It's great. Yeah, now we have double screen up here.
That's just you and I see that.
Yeah. We'll try to keep you guys updated on the Mika Woodward match, too. Big crowd around that table as well. If you love pool and you're in the tri-state area, you should be here watching this. It's as good as it gets.
All right, Vitaliy. On to the 3. The 4-7 combo is on.
Yeah, 4-7 on. I mean, the 7 is deep enough in there that I don't think it's going to be too much trouble controlling the 4 and keeping the 4 down toward that pocket. But you definitely need to end up position positive on this first opening ball on the 4.
I think when he gets to the 4, he's going to have to shoot the 4 like he's pocketing both.
Absolutely. Yeah, we touched on that a little bit yesterday, Scott and I, that, when you you either need to, hit it with a little bit of control and know that you're going to, to duck that next ball up, or you need to kind of force them both through or one out, I mean, you definitely need to make that decision before you start, though. Checking the 5 now. Opts for the first option, just try to keep it with some control there. Almost hooked himself with a piece of the 5, got away with it. kind of a weird stretch here, right? You saw him just approach the table. He's got kind of like a...
Yeah. He's out of position on the table where he has to reach across. I don't know if he can clear the 5. Did he get stuck on it?
No, I think he's just around it, right? Yeah, I think he's got just enough.
Okay.
Very fortunate that 4 sat as deep as it did.
Yeah, the way he was looking at it, I thought kind of fooled me a little bit there.
Now, he might have a change of plans on his initial execution for where the 5 goes, though, being that he's going to need to hit this with little power. Yeah, see, he initially lined that up for the 5 on the side, but there, that kind of sold out on that shot. Had to change things a little bit. Some barn burner matches, huh?
Absolutely, yeah.
This is awesome. This is what you want to see in pool, right?
Yeah. Okay, Vitaly's trying to get within 1.
He knows he doesn't want Oscar to get to the hill, with the break. That's definitely not a position he wants to be in. So he's going to give this rack all the respect it deserves. I think any of us watching would ever want to be in a position with Oscar on the hill with the break.
Look for 2 rails on this. I'm not sure if that ball's able to be drawn with one rail.
He's able to kill it off the 1, give himself slightly sharp angle, but pretty routine here. Will be stretched out a little bit over the top of the table. He seemed comfortable, though, in that position previous shots. There he is. You can see it's just a bit uncomfortable. Might reach for an extension here.
Yeah, I would definitely think there's an extension there.
Yeah. That's good. I think it's a mistake a lot of us make when we're playing pool that, you get down on a shot and almost, I don't know if it's something lazy in the back of your head where you just say, I'm just going to put my hand on the very butt of the cue and just go for it. Take the extra second. Long bridge all the way back here. Nice smooth shot, feathers it in. Brings it 7-6 within a game, giving him the break.
7-6. We're also looking at that Skylar versus Mika match. Skylar has Mika locked up right now in a pretty good safe. I'm sure if you're watching us, then you could switch from table to table, but just trying to give you an in-table or in-match update. Sometimes I love pool and the connections that you make.
Meet some phenomenal people.
Absolutely.
Some lifelong friends. I think once you get to, as ingrained as I think we both are, pool just kind of consumes your life.
Oh, yeah. Pool definitely is like my work. My regular job gets in the way of my hobby.
Oscar doing a bit of a stroke check there, it looks, making sure everything's in line.
Okay, we're going to be going into rack number 14.
If you guys haven't checked out Trophy Smack, I see it up right now. These belts that they made, oh gosh, these awesome belts. If you're a tournament director tuned in and you're looking to get some cool trophies or something unique, or
contact me, I can get you set up, and it'll be one of the best decisions you ever made for your tournament.
Yeah, it's memorable. I mean, as a tournament director, speaking from personal experience, you want the winner to be proud of the trophy. You want to see pictures of them with the trophy, and the belts are so unique. This belt is incredible.
I have a lot of people that always post the belts when they go home and put it up in their pool room or show their friends.
In the background, you should have this double screened right now if you're at home, using two devices. You got Sky, who's got a pretty open table here. If he's able to navigate through this first shot, Sky could bring it back to make it a hill match between Sky Woodward and Mika.
All right, on the main table, Vitaliy Patsura is getting ready to break.
It's been so good with the break today. Really, really controlling that rock. Let's see what he does here. To a wing ball in this rack. Random rack. Two goes flying around the table. It's going to be in a very awkward position here behind that 8. Queuing is going to be a little bit difficult, especially with all ball fouls. Going to be really concerned with getting down the queue on that ball. There you go. You hear the applause in the background. Sky tying it up, making that a hill match.
If I was a fan, I don't think I can applaud. I would just... You don't want to root against either one of them. They're both great players.
They're both phenomenal. They've both had such a good weekend, too, so it's fitting for it to come down.
Mika played very strong.
Yeah, fitting for that to be a hill.
Actually went out to dinner with them Friday night. And,
Lucky.
I had some, conversations about pool and
Nice.
and where the world's going with pool, and it was very insightful talking with both of them. Great safe one to the 5.
Great save.
There could be a 1 rail to this ball.
That's what he's looking at right now.
Oscar up. He's got his path. Gotta clear some weeds and refine his path. There we go.
He's gonna come up with a monster shot here. You know that if you don't hit this ball pure, you're really selling out of this rack.
Is that this ball clean? It could be a tie ball game.
Absolutely. How good did he hit?
Yeah,
Man. He might have got rewarded a little bit there.
Yeah.
He did.
I mean, if you look at the overhead on that,
Yeah, he got him pretty good.
you got him. I mean, it's
Routine jump shot, but really close. I don't know if you would need to dart it. I don't even know if you'd feel comfortable doing that. He's going to go to the jump cue. He might have enough room to take a traditional jump shot, not a dart. I don't.
He might be just going over here with the ball.
Yeah.
Just catch that one a little bit.
It does. Just really, it's got to push his hip up into that table there, get right up on this shot. Perfect. All right, pretty straight on the 3. You are over the 7 here.
just made my day.
All right, as we talked about, keep an eye on his hand real close to that 7. All right, drills the 3, creates a little of his own angle, brings it all the way back down, position perfect. All right, to give you a quick update too, if you don't have Sky's match pulled up, Sky and Mika currently sit hill. Sky safed in a pretty tough position, trying to find a way out on the 2. Vitaliy doing his best to make this 7-7. Tie all the matches up. Other 2 matches have already completed. Jonas moves on to play Tyler Steyer. These two matches will determine the next semifinal match. Going to be down to the final 4 players. Great stance, able to narrowly avoid the 9. Comes up north of where he wanted. A little bit too much angle there. Still going to be able to make it work. Check both his angles here. Try to get a good approach angle coming in. Not ideally where he wanted to be, obviously, but still very workable. Has a lot of different options here. Vitaliy, an incredibly composed player. You don't see him show too much emotion on his face, good or bad, during the match. I like it. Keep you guessing. Sky and Mika, their match still both on the 2-ball. Sky's currently at the table. Those that don't have it double screened. What a shot at just the right time for Vitaliy. It should make this 7-7 even race to 9. Great rack. Some relief on Vitaliy's face. Knew how big of a rack that was. Did not want Oscar to get to the hill. The other match, Mika currently at the table. Wide open table queuing on the 3. If you have both matches pulled up, that is a hill match. Again, thank you guys for joining us and spending your Sunday with us here. We know football has just started, so if you're still tuned in, you are 100% committed. We appreciate that. Just the 7-8-9 left on the table in Mika's match. All the shots wide open. Mika overrolled the 7 just a bit beyond where he wanted to be, but still has a very workable table. Mika at the table still with just the 7-8-9, nothing tied up. Mika pockets the 7, comes back 2 rails, leaving himself 8-9. If he's able to close this, he will move into the Final Four, defeating the #1 seed, Skylar Woodward. All the players here this weekend played phenomenal pool. Vitaliy and Oscar break from opposite sides of the table. Vitaly's preference to break from the top left player view, top right your view. 2-ball wing ball again. It's been flying out of that wing. Keep an eye on the 1 ball here. Should trace toward the side pocket. There goes the 1. 2-ball flies as expected out of the wing. Doesn't leave it perfect. Did not see the ending of the Mika match, but Mika does not look incredibly stoked. Assuming Sky closed that, let me pull it up. It looks like Sky had closed that out. I knew Mika had an opportunity. I don't know exactly what happened. I'll try to get back to you guys when I do and find out. Looked like it was pretty straightforward. Does not look happy. Had a great showing. Has a lot to be proud of. No, it doesn't feel like it right now. It's the worst feeling in the tournament. Meaning the winner of this match will play Skylar Woodward, the #1 seed. No matter what happens here, obviously, one of these 2 players is going to go on the hill. Going to be a lot of pressure for the other player, being that that player will be on the hill with the break in a winner breaks format. Now all the action moving to the arena after this. Good containing safe. Definitely leaves a lot of different options there for Oscar. I think Oscar will definitely make a good hit, but just tried to make it a little bit more uncomfortable for him. All right, you're here tuned in with us on the last match from the quarters going into the semis. Your next match coming up, if you're tuned in with us, will be Skylar versus the winner here. The match that is going to follow that match will be Jonas versus Tyler Steyer. So 3 of your top 4 left are Jonas, Tyler, and Sky. Oscar does get that hit that we talked about. Jumps it out. Is he going to get a little reward? I think he might just be able to see a piece of it. Real close from this angle. Close even for them. They're both taking a double look at it. Vitaliy smiles a little bit, shakes his head. jump here, looks like. There is a window between that 8, so this ball does go. You got to hit it really pure. Kind of really stretched out here, a little bit uncomfortable. Didn't take flight, just clipped the 3. Will be ball in hand for Oscar Dominguez. So Oscar able to maintain pro side on this ball. Just going to pull it back just a bit. Should be fairly natural here. There we go, fairly natural. Maintain some angle. You're going to need to see him pull this ball back again. A little bit of a drag shot here, and then hold it for the 5. There could be a whole lot of options here. 5 and 6 sitting a position opposite on the table. For those of you just tuning in, that gray ball, it's a little misleading because it's the Dynasphere color set, but that gray ball is the 6 ball up table. We may be changing that up on you again next round. All right. As expected, drags it back, bumps the 7, gives himself just enough angle to float back up table. It's going to be a lot of back and forth for these next few shots. A lot of back and forth. Floats up, so you need the bump on the cue, taps the table, wants the bump, gets the bump, puts himself in a really natural position to get back 7-8, sitting pretty right in front of the corners, 9 dead center on the table. Aside from anything catastrophic happening here, this should put Oscar up 8-7 on the hill with the break in a race to 9. Executed perfect, 2-rail bump, little bit of negative angle, just about perfect. Oscar always double checks his second angle, no matter how easy the layout is. Always make sure he's right. Great pre-shot routine. The 9 center table, a lot of options here. It's going to come down to comfort. Those side pockets are incredibly tight. Giving the shot all the respect it deserves, knowing it's a huge moment in the match. Oof, really tight window. Played perfect. Settles in. Pockets the 9, going up 8-7 on the hill, 1-2 race. Oscar needing 1 rack to advance to the semifinals. Your next match will be the winner of this match versus Skylar Woodward. The match following that will be Jonas and Tyler Steyer. Setting up a heck of a finals match for you guys today. Again, huge shout out to some of the sponsors here in the box: Apparel, Crossroad Cues, Digital Pool, Marty McGee's, Integrity Cues, Magic Ball Rack, League Room, Andy Cloth. Make sure that you follow some of these. These are the guys that you want to support because they support pool. Right? Some frustration from Vitaliy about the rack. Gibby trying to put a close to that immediately. You know, these players are so much heart, and you play all weekend long, and you travel from all over. Oscar coming in to check on Vitaliy. They're both good friends. How many times have you been in a match where you've just poured your heart and soul into it? You've played all weekend long. Gets down to the very end. Things start to get away from you, and you just frustrating. We all care so much. It's human. Can't be mad at that. Played a heck of a game too, and I don't think he's out of anything. I mean, we talked about not wanting to be in this position with Oscar on the hill with the break, being one of the best players in the world. There you go, Oscar breaking opposite side from Vitaliy, where Vitaliy normally breaks. Excuse me. The 1 has struggled a little bit for him. Let's see if the 1 tracks on the side, 2 in the back of the rack here. Yep, see, 1 struggles again. .37 tied up. Not in a great spot. This might be a longer rack than what we're used to. Might be in for 1 here. Haven't seen many dry breaks this tournament. How good did he hit it? With how fast the table is rolling and how light that cue ball is, this could be a monster shot that he could come up with here. Just enough angle to get into that. There was some force. Able to clip it out just perfect. Absolutely perfect. Fourth set's pretty wide open. I think this is a take your medicine situation. Don't work too hard to get to the next ball. Keep it simple. Get out of the rack. Put yourself in a position to break. Make it hill-hill. Both players work hard for this. Doesn't do too much. Perfect. Checking the exit angle on that 4-ball, making sure going through some traffic there, working up the table. Stay tuned for the rest of the day. The freezer, Scott Frost, will be in the booth with us. The man, the myth, the legend, Frank Maioletti back in the booth. In a very exciting time in this match. A little bit of drama before this wreck, but we settled down. And
What was the drama?
it looked like Vitaliy and Gibby got into it a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so Oscar went over, you mentioned earlier, Oscar and Vitaliy, good friends. Oscar settled him down, and,
Okay.
I think so much, I was telling the viewers, so much passion and, days of playing in this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, Mika a few minutes ago, scratching on that 8 and put Skylar into the
Did he
next round.
scratch? I was keeping them updated. I went back and forth. I saw he was pretty emotional.
See just the emotion come pouring into him. Played a strong weekend. One mistake cost the entire weekend.
And here you go. Talk about pressure, right? Not the easiest shot on the 8-ball here, knowing that you need to make it hill-hill. You got Oscar following up, just 2 balls to go. How, as a player, do you deal with these situations, Frank?
I don't play on this level to know this situation.
Yeah, but you've been in situations for big matches, right?
I've been in some important situations, big matches, but
what do you think about during that? Do you clear your head?
So the mental part of the game is something that I could use some refining on.
Sure.
I used to have a little bit of a frustration issue with playing subpar. And for me, it's just a centering, a breathing exercise for me. Just taking a couple of breaths, is what kind of helped me get over some of those humps. And I can only imagine the pressure that are on some of these guys.
Could you ask for a better pull than this?
Yeah, absolutely. Vitaliy gets out, makes it hill-hill. I mean, we got 2 hill thrillers in a row.
Monsters coming up.
Yeah, it's going to be big here. All right, guys, we're going to go to rack number 17.
As long as it could go. I called this when we sat down. I said, I think this is going to be a barn burner, and it is. We're going to the very end here. Hill, let's go.
Vitaliy to break.
So can't pick favorites, right? But who do you think is the most in stroke that's left in the tournament?
Tyler Steyer.
Tyler's feeling it, right?
Tyler's been, except for one, let me pull up except for, I believe, one match. Tyler's matches have all been pretty high scores.
Yeah?
Yeah. So Tyler's last match, Tyler last night won 9-5. Today he won 9-5. If you go back to stage 1, Tyler was the 2 seed in this tournament. So Tyler won 9-1, 9-2, 9-3 to move on to this round. So 9-1, 9-2, 9. So he lost 6 total racks to get into the elimination portion of it.
I hope Team Europe is tuned in listening to this. Our boys are in stroke Europe.
Yeah.
If you're ready.
Well, listen, the European boys are in stroke too.
Yeah, I
some
know
of them
that.
are
We don't
playing.
need to say that. It's our year, Frank. I think he switched his break side here. I think that's where Oscar was breaking from. Got the one.
Oh, he got a kick. Oh, he got a kick.
Look at this.
All right, Vitaliy onto the 2. I thought it was going in the drink. Not on Hill. Not on Rex Manning Day.
What did Vitaliy recently win? He won something big, he said, right? For the viewers just tuning in.
Texas Open.
Texas Open, yeah.
He's a 2-time Texas Open winner.
Say, don't mess with Texas. Vitaliy messes with Texas.
Yeah, Vitaliy plays real strong in Texas. Vitaliy is currently residing in the Chicago area.
Pool scene alive and well there, right? Chicago?
Yeah,
Strong.
pool scene's pretty strong in Chicago. I've been there once or twice with some friends.
How old is Vitaliy? Younger, right?
Vitaliy's younger. I believe he told me he was, I think he said he was born in 1997. So what's that make him, 26, 27 years old?
Wow.
I know he's previously from Ukraine. Makes a great shot to get under the 3.
A lot of younger players left. Tyler younger.
Yeah, Tyler's younger.
Sky's younger.
Sky's 31, I believe. Tyler's around 28.
Okay, Sky's young compared to me.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And then, well, Jonas is young also.
Yeah.
Mika was the old guard there. Mika's one of
so good.
Mika is one of the most decorated European players ever. Like he is. If they had a Mount Rushmore of European players,
Yeah, he'd be on it.
Mika's on there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right, Vitaliy going from 4 to 5. Depending on what side of the 5 he gets on, that's the shot to maybe.
And Gray 6 sitting down there, bottom of the screen, very close to
Yeah,
the rail.
5 to the 6 is going to be the shot. This has major implications right now. This match, this rack has major implications.
Oh yeah, I mean it puts Vitaliy way up in the ratings, right? I mean,
Oscar's directly below Tyler. If Vitaliy were to win this rack, Tyler continues on and creates a gap now. If Oscar wins this rack, now he's keeping the gap where it's at.
I assume they're both registered for the tournament 2 weeks in Virginia, right?
Oh, I believe 100%.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean it's in the points chase that you're in now. What a world we live in. We've talked so much about the points chase.
Just got a text from Miss Emily Frazier. She told me I was doing a good job in this tournament. It's like being anointed from God right there.
She's a pool god, right? She's one of the revolutionaries.
She's the
for our
number
game.
1 person in pool in the entire
Yeah,
planet.
absolutely, yeah.
All right, it's a big shot for Vitaliy.
Don't tell the WPA that.
I'm not on that side. I pick my side.
Yeah, I think we've all chosen Matchroom strong. Let's go. He knows this shot
This
is
is
the shot.
this is the
I mean, 'cause
shot.
you gotta put yourself in a great position on this 5. The 5's a little limited. Some traffic there. The whole room knows. Cut the tension with a knife.
Some of the spectators on the other side of the room, they were sitting there waiting. I guess waiting for another match. And I told them, I said, guys, that's it. We're down to single table. And you just see like there's a couple older gentlemen that walked in with one walked in with a walker.
Yeah.
He turned up and picked his chair up.
Yeah.
He got Superman strength to it. I was like, oh, we're going over here.
And now's the time to take your seats.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Down to the arena, in the
Yeah.
box arena.
You got But out to the 5. Ooh, he's on a tough side of the 5.
I think he's just going to be able to play this with some inside and come spin back. I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, that inside, remember that inside throws
it,
the
and
ball.
it's a light cue ball, and the tablecloth is new, and there's skid involved. This is the drama right here.
Exactly. I mean, he might actually... There's an option for Vitaliy to go 3 rails backwards. 4 rails backwards, I'm sorry. I mean, it's a stroke shot.
Yeah.
He obviously has the stroke. It's just what he decides to do. This is his destiny here. He seems pretty confident in his choice.
He is cueing a little low. I don't know if that's to kill the ball. Man, yeah, you gotta think.
I mean, it's... If he pulls this as a stroke shot, it's potentially a 4 or 5 rail shot.
Could be the shot of the tournament. Let's see.
Could be. Let's get our fingers on the replay button for this one.
Pulled it back 1, 2. Ooh, is it gonna keep coming down?
He's going to get deep on it. He's going to get on this 6 ball. Tough on the 6 ball, but he's on the 6 ball.
I mean, that's a good shot. Trying to see how far it is off the rail. Do we have an overhead to show us? Will it show us on that?
Yeah.
That's
on the
darn
rail.
close to the rail. Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost prefer from a shooter's perspective.
Let's run it back on the Dunkel Custom Cues replay for a second.
Clips that 4th rail, coast down. With a heavier rock, that ball's down a little bit more, and he's even straighter.
I mean, he did catch very deep into the top rail there. There we go. Shot of the rack here. Gotta be careful. He's going to go forward. Don't want to clip the 9.
Clip it with intention. I don't hate that.
Yeah,
That's great.
I like that clip it with intention. Exactly. Excuse me. Vitaliy 2 shots away from getting to the final 4. In PA Pro-Am events, we call that picture time.
Let's go.
Final 4. Vitaliy coming down to the 9.
Little bit of almost a smile on his face now. You can't see it from here, but he kind of knows. What a match.
And Vitaliy Patsura gets himself to the final 4. He's going to be playing Skylar Woodward here in a few minutes.
Don't go anywhere.
Guys, actually, go ahead and go work. Take some breaks. We're going to give players a break here for a few minutes. We're going to be back on the stream probably, I'd say, 2:15.
I like it. 30 minutes.
Yeah, give 30 minutes, give the players a few minutes, and we will be back. Make sure you tune back in, guys. We are down to single table action, 2 semifinals and a finals. Don't forget to come back. 2:15. See you then.
See you soon, guys.